Hey everybody.
Howdy.
Welcome. What a good day.
Yeah. A great day by all accounts. Now,
Yeah.
who's writing those accounts?
By all accounts. Huh. Yeah. And where are they kept? I'd like to look through them and come up with statistics and all accounts. It makes me think of oddly enough, did you ever watch that movie It's a Wonderful Life with Jimmy Stewart, where he dies on Christmas Eve and he kind of watches the effect he had? Did you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's this one part where I think
Boring.
I think the bank is trying to buy the town or something, and Jimmy Stewart's one of the greatest actors. He's awesome.
But we're talking 50s and 60s?
Yeah. Did you ever watch Alfred Hitchcock's Rear Window?
No.
Oh, it's so good.
I was born in 1988.
You can watch old movies. You don't know that about me. That back in the day, I used to get drunk and watch old movies.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I still don't like this light, this purple blue light. I checked out the one you posted to our
weird. Well, because I also changed the filter on Adobe that, and it's called Blue Steel.
Not good. Let's not do that again.
Okay.
Because
I'm just trying.
Because then it's
It made us all look blue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I finish real quick with Jimmy Stewart?
Yeah.
So there's a Hitchcock movie called Rear Window. I'll make this quick. Dude, Sean will just start yawning.
I can only take so much.
It's called Rear Window, and it's one of the best suspense movies. And Jimmy Stewart has broken legs, and he's sitting in it. The whole movie consists of him in his apartment looking out a window at this. And the story behind it is Hitchcock built this massive set of a courtyard with these semi-tall 15-story apartment buildings looking out this window. He actually built this, and Jimmy Stewart's looking out this window, and he watches a murder happen, and all this it's like a mass,
and he can't move.
And then
can he use the phone and?
Yeah, stuff happens. This woman comes and checks on him, but then the guy who's doing the crime ends up seeing Jimmy and goes to find which apartment he's in, and
that's kind of cool.
Gets closer and closer. It's really cool. And
I gotta watch it.
Yeah, it's anyway. But Jimmy Stewart, Bubs, I gotta show you a picture of him because he's just the epitome of cool. You know who he was? That in Feifel Goes West. Jimmy Stewart, who's an older man by the time that cartoon's made, plays the old hound dog.
Let's see.
Feifel.
I gotta watch that again.
Oh man, so good, Jimmy Stewart.
Hey y'all, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, we're just
Patreon episode 20 maybe?
21, I think. Maybe it's 20.
Yeah.
We're just over here, folks. We just filmed a funny reel.
Ripping and running.
Yeah. And this morning, I went to a Pancake breakfast this morning. I helped set it up.
Jimmy Stewart, baby.
Jimmy Stewart, man.
Handsome devil
could, and he was so cool, and he talked kind of
I know old Jimmy Stewart. I know old.
What?
Yeah, I know that face.
Handsome devil.
Yeah.
And he kind of talked like this, and and then he just was cool,
Hell yeah.
Anyway, today let's check in. We got a new structure to this show where we do a check-in more regularly. But yeah, I had a good morning. I helped set up this pancake breakfast. Got up early, went down there at 7 a.m. It was great. It was cool. The organizers, Sean, booked 2 hours for setup from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. It started at 9. Me and a couple other guys got there, and a couple other people helped. Had it set up in 40 minutes, or 38 minutes, and it was a big. So we just sat around for an extra hour, waiting for it to start. Cool. Gorged on some pancakes. Didn't stick around for the shares because I wanted to come back and take little Skokeeks, little Zoe out for a ripper walk. Her and I went out for like an hour and 15 minutes. Important? Sean? Sean, important?
Not important. Yeah. So Dre did that. I got up at 7:30. Did some house chores, and then
That's good tea.
went to the gym, and that
Nice.
was very nice. I did a full body workout. Then I went to our storage space where we keep all of our tools. Grabbed some tools that I'm gonna need for tomorrow on a job.
We call it the shop.
They call him and our older brother call it the shop. There's nothing shoppy
You don't say
about
nothing.
it because you can't do work there.
You could. So I wouldn't say there's nothing shoppy about it. There's actually a lot that's shoppy about it. The fact that we keep all of our tools there. So a couple gas powered tools, like a chainsaw and a generator, and then like all of our other tools. It's
All
very
right.
shoppy.
Okay, I call it storage space.
Shop sounds so much cooler.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's call it a shop. I've been so resistant on calling it a shop. I don't know why.
You really have.
Yeah.
Storage space sounds like it literally is one of those like a storage pro. Like you roll up and you just
No,
like,
this is a
there's a
space that
small
we
kitchen there, the
rent. Yeah,
bathroom.
yeah.
Next to it is our music studio area where we play music. So it is legit a shop.
Yeah. Okay. It's the shop now. Then I went and saunaed, and then came over here. Andre and I just did a funny reel. and,
Go look at the shorts.
Yep.
If you ever find the reel, you might be watching this in the year 2032. You know, and go back and look for a reel where Sean and I, we say free mustache rides and
Free stash rides.
free stash
I was
rides.
yawning.
And then the punchline is that the camera goes to a little choo-choo train that has a mustache on it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is that the mustache gets a free ride.
Yeah.
Not chicks sitting on her face.
Yeah. But that could happen too.
But that could happen too.
Yeah, so back to by all accounts, things are wonderful, just kind of trying to keep everything running smoothly, use our time wisely, because like time just keeps ticking, right? And if it's so easy for me to kind of use it unwisely too, so.
Really?
Yeah.
So easy. It is kind of easy to, but you're not one to like waste lots and lots of time. Actually, a little bit though.
No, I think everyone kind of fights with that, but some people.
We're pretty good. We used to be, Sean and I'd say that for many years, all I did was kind of fill my time with actions that were more about, what's the word? Satisfaction or gratification,
Yes.
And now it's more like I'll seek out those actions like exercise and stuff, but it's beneficial to A, my body, or B, like a dog, like little Zoe, or others, Whereas, man, like my little, how I just was saying, like how I used to watch old movies when I would get drunk like 10 years ago. And but it was always like, you know what? I'm gonna get smart. I'm gonna watch these old movies, and it's gonna I'll get some wisdom from watching like Citizen Kane, which like you should go watch that. Have you ever seen Citizen Kane?
I think so.
Really?
I forget.
How about Casablanca?
No.
Humphrey Bogart, Bubba. So good. What else?
Well, we don't need to keep talking about the
Maybe
old
it's
movies.
interesting.
Yeah, and this is going to be a good week coming up.
But I want you to try yes-anding a bit more.
I didn't want you to continue.
Why not?
Listing old movies.
We need stuff to talk about. This one of our YouTube commenters. I forget your name, kind woman or sir, but they commented just at this one point in the last episode, which because I don't watch them anymore and look for stuff to edit out. You said our buddy Kyle K's name, and I go, "Do you have a braid?" I go, "Do you even have a braid?" And then I say, "I'm going to edit that out," and I never did. And they wrote that, and they were like, "That's hilarious." And I said, "Oh yeah, oh Lord, I'm always I need to be nicer. I could be nicer." Mm-hmm. But my whole point is talking about old movies, like the podcast that I listen to, they'll go off on tangents, and they'll talk about cool, interesting stuff. Like maybe people watching have never seen like Casablanca or Citizen Kane, some of these old classic movies. So,
hell yeah, love it.
Yeah, because you and I always talk about the same old shit. It's like, wow, our week ahead. What's up for our week ahead? Oh man, I'm loose as a goose right now.
You're oddly very much annoying me right now.
Really?
It's not odd. It's pretty status.
Pretty straightforward, huh?
Yeah, pretty straightforward. But we need to get back into writing topics up on that.
I got it all handled, man. I have the whole show mapped out right here. Do you want to know what we're going to talk about?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, so we do our check-in. Then we talk about some tools that we use this week. Tools like stuff. So I'll start it off. This week, yesterday I was in some fear around some stuff, around health stuff, and just kind of like feeling like overwhelmed, and I had to use some prayer. I had to use some prayer just to kind of get out of my head, and then it reminded me that like I could be thinking about others a bit more. Anytime that I'm thinking about myself like too much, it is a clear indication that and my brain always goes to like, all right, time to get a girlfriend and have kids. I'll go right to like, but the reality is I just need to call somebody and probably start working with a newcomer again, and start thinking about someone else. So that was one of the tools I used, just a bit of prayer, a bit of like, I'll say like, God, relieve me of this self-obsession so I can better be helpful to others. And then like I'll get into action and I'll do the dishes and call somebody and just get out of like a self spiral. Yeah.
Amen.
What about you, Bubba? Tool-wise. Tool time. Hey, tool time. That's kind of cool.
Similar to that. It's been very beneficial, to try and get outside of myself and get into positive actions. So whether that's like working on stuff, working on getting out of my head, right? So it's being active, working on something.
Like what?
This past week it was work. It was
yeah, that's right.
Construction, and exercise. That's working.
Hell yeah.
Talking to my fellows in recovery and
yeah. Yeah, you have a good routine on Friday nights. That's good that you love.
Mondays and Fridays, yeah.
Mondays and Fridays.
And then I kind of toenail in other recovery based evenings.
12-step meetings?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay. It's kind of a cool one. Like higher power moments. Moments in the past week where like you felt you can call it a God shot. You can call it like a kind of a Deepak Chopra calls
spiritual moments, or
like meaningful coincidences where like something happens and you're like, man, that's a good sign, you know.
Mm.
I don't have one. I need to think about it.
I have a superficial one.
What's that?
My car insurance got cut in half because I was getting railroaded by my insurance broker, or by the insurance company, and I called and I was like, wait, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And then my monthly payments for truck insurance got cut in half.
Nice.
Once I was like, wait a second, this doesn't make sense, and then so that felt kind of good, you know.
That's awesome.
Small wins.
That is a big win.
Yeah.
That's a huge win.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know I had a bunch. It'll come to me. You know what's funny is I should send you these, you know, before we go. But if we were to touch on a few more, what are you working on at the moment? Like, what are you working on? Or another one would be like, what are you working on? Maybe old thinking versus new thinking.
I guess what I do want to work on is being more spiritually centered. I've kind of been in this stage where it's very, very much Sean and what I need. And when I get in those head spaces, it just takes me out of the present and like focusing on other things other than Sean, you know. So if I could say one thing I'm going to kind of tune into this week, and it's really starts when I wake up, right? So I'll put some extra effort into that.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah. Wow, this podcast really took a turn for the kind of calm and spiritual. You know what's funny about that is that, you know, like not much more needs to be said. Like, I'm going to think less about myself and help others more. And like, anytime I try to do that, my life gets really good. And I get really grateful and really happy. Because like, I'll go help somebody in the rooms who's like, I don't know, they have like one eye and they have...
Or their wife just left them and took the kids.
You hear that? He's always dreaming. That's awesome. Yeah, so it's, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, y'all, what else? Got some cool stuff planned for the next couple weeks. When Sean and I need to get back in the studio, we got some cool music that we're gonna play some music tomorrow. That'll be fun. And
3 p.m.
Yeah, right around there. Yeah. Yeah, and then I got these calluses I've been picking at.
Yeah, cut it out.
I did get some new lotion.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have a great week ahead, and
I feel like we didn't talk about much, but
this was a good check-in. We kind of the overall message was think of others, try and be helpful to the people like around you, and I'm gonna try and do the same, you know.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people sometimes will be like lamenting the state of the world.
I put that out and you started it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How come?
It just got to be a lot.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I would never tell anybody how to cope with the world, but like, it does help. If anytime I've ever been distressed about the state of the world, I can just go help like my local community needs a lot of help. You know, even though Sean and I live in like one of the nicest places in the world, like there's still plenty of people who need help.
All right, y'all.
All right, y'all. Have a great week.
Have a great week.
We'll holler at you later.